Them talk say, make we off mind, but thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego die the political, oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Not day off in mind. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. And people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Ayegun la wa mo la mo do 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 do. Ayegun diary, Ayegun number one. Ayegun la wa mo.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, and good afternoon to you from wherever you are joining me from. This is Mayegun live, and you are all welcome again.
Facebook, YouTube, Ayegun diary.
You know what to do. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Mayegun is live. And then share the broadcast.
Ayegun diary political. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Ayegun diary. Ẹ fara balẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Àní Ayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayegun diary. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ayegun ti dé.
Nice one.
Ayegun ti dé.
Share the broadcast.
Ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Ayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube.
Where's the primary?
I just explained that to you now.
You're confirming to us that he didn't go to a primary school. Is that what you're saying?
He did not reveal it. But I'm just telling you that he did not reveal it. But I'm telling you that in those days, you don't have to go. You don't have to. They reach and pass DC from home. Great men do.
Secondary school?
Great men. Yeah, the secondary school. That's DC now.
Yeah.
Yes, they pass it from home.
Okay. But they pass it from home?
Yes, okay. Great men do. Okay. And it's a part of it is in fact, it is one of the virtues that you used to know great men. So that they read from home. They read and dug in and bought the midnight oil from home.
Lórí Facebook. And yes, we like
That is Ekeyamo. Anyway, good evening to you, good morning to you, and good afternoon to you once again. From wherever you're watching from. And this is Mayegun live. It's good to be back, even though I am just getting into it gradually. But I've missed on so much that I wanted to share with you. But I'm going to start with this latest for the enthusiasts in Nigeria who are somehow elated about what is happening in Kenya. So I want to share that with you. Then I am also going to go deeper into what they have in stock for you in your 2023 charade. Happenings, 1 + 1, 2, other stuff, making you, or putting you in a position, rather, in a sort of a mental position to be able to handle what they will be throwing your way. Some of them that will actually throw you off your feet, so to say, with the lies and propaganda, things that will make you question what you know, if you probably are not really in the know fully, so to say. However, something happened in Kenya, which is kind of similar to what is playing out in Nigeria, but it is also far, far different. But I'll start with the similarity. In Kenya, Kenya is not different from Nigeria, okay? They also have, dynasties, the owners of Kenya. Like you have owners of Nigeria. There are families that you say, these are the owners of Nigeria, if you are from Nigeria. So in Kenya, yeah, it's the same, where there are those who have broken into that chain, or let me say, who have managed to secure a seat at the table of the power mongers in Kenya. There are those who came from the background that are not like the owners, so to say. So if you are mentioning the names like Obasanjo, or names like Babangida, Abacha, all those kind of families and all that, you will get to know how relative, yeah. So in Kenya, what they have are the names like Uhuru Kenyatta. Let me say the names like Kenyatta, Odinga. Now, just like in Nigeria, probably the first callers, right? Or let me say the first power, controllers, they kind of privatize them enough that generation after generation from the family and all of that are always going to be positioned to continue the generational pillage, that of a generational underdevelopment and corruption that will eventually hold the entire country down. So in Kenya, yeah, their first president, Kenyatta, is the father, or let me say was the father of this current one that is about to finish his own second term in Kenya. The other guy, Raila Odinga, his own father was the vice president to Uhuru's father, Kenyatta, when the Kenya gained independence. And his own son, Raila, Ruto, on the other hand, is where I can't say it comes from the family of aristocrats. No, it didn't come. It is the type that will tell you, let's use MKO Abiola of Nigeria. Abiola, when Abiola tell you his own story of how, from rag to riches, and then being friends with the power that be, or being part of the elite, or breaking the chain, and then, whatever, is a businessman like MKO Abiola, that Ruto. So he grew up on the farm, raising or breeding, sheep, cow, goats, and all that stuff, like a typical local man. Or as it is, like MKO Abiola of Nigeria, he himself hit fortune by being friends with the owners of Kenya. But at some point, he decided to what? To upgrade. I can rule this place too. I mean, what else do I want? What is it that qualifies you to wine and dine with the powers that be? So I could probably be. So he broke in. And guess what? He's the current vice president of Kenya to the president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, the man that supervised the kidnapping of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra. So something then happened. Power, it's called something like a power rotation or power tussle, as expected. The vice president want to be president for 5 times or so now. That Raila Odinga, like Atifku in Nigeria, yeah, is been contesting and contesting. In fact, he contested twice with the current president as an opposition. So that then put the vice president not in their league. So surprisingly, the vice president, Ruto, who kind of played the politics of I was once poor like you. If I could become somebody, you could become something too. Something like an hope that will say, even if you are never put in the same pedestal like all the Burgoses or all the dynasties, if I could become this big as Kenyans, right? You too could be. So that kind of message. So the power that be felt like Ruto was becoming over ambitious. Yeah, that kind of I have no shoes story, like Jonathan. But this time around, that Ruto, if I'm using Nigeria context, so it's like, Ruto is like Pastor Ruga, while Raila Odinga is like Atifku, because MK Wabiola never occupied any elective position. The only one he attempted was to be president of Nigeria, which never materialized. So that Ruto was told categorically by his own president, listen, you are just becoming overambitious, just forget it. In the whole scheme of things, right? It's never going to be you. In the same party. So the guy had to move. What did he do? Oh, hang on. I think I should consider Ruto. I wanted to say Ruto is like a Peter Obi, because that's exactly the comparison I want to actually play out here. And at the same time, maybe add salt to the injury of those who are already gaslighting them. I'll get to that part. But he is the current vice president, like number 2 man in Kenya. But he was told that he couldn't succeed his own president. So he had to leave the ruling party to go and join a relatively unknown, unpopular party. To make matter worse, Uhuru Kenyatta decided for the first time, to support his longtime rival, Raila Odinga. Now, Raila Odinga was projected to win. Now, this is what now happened. Like I told you, you remember I have no shoes. I didn't go to, I didn't go to the regular nice schools. I had no real food many times. I grew up poor. Look at me. If I could become something after hard work as as a businessman, after hard work, look at me. I could. I mean, you could be something too. Somehow, that suit to the Kenya youth. This is not like all just Kenya voters, so young people. So then it became social media war. The battle is, is East Africa. So the battle is not so well pronounced on Nigeria social media. So many of you didn't know. They were also playing that card of tribe, the Kikuyu tribe, the biggest one, then the other tribes, like all those cards, they played everything. But the young people somehow got inspired. Just like they said, oh, this guy is good. Uhuru Kenyatta is like a spoiled child that knew that is an heir to a throne as big as Kenya. So whether he did good or not, there's always going to be the sort of security, a sort of an insurance that he's always going to enjoy because he came from them. So definitely the young people felt like, this guy, why don't you just leave their party? So it became social media war. Raila Odinga, an old man with his own team, with the backing of Uhuru Kenyatta, they went conventional. What's conventional? The usual way. We know the voters, they are not on social media, this or that. So they have conducted their election. It is still boiling, it's still boiling, but they have conducted their election right now. And guess what? The vice president that left his own ruling party, right, to challenge their own system is likely going to be their 5th president in Kenya today. And that is what will now take me to Nigeria. Because as we speak today, one of the things that the rulers of Nigeria feared most is the social media. When, put it this way, 10 years ago, the number of people who now get their own first-hand information about Nigeria compared to what you have or what you had 10 years ago and what you have now, then you will realize that there's been a massive increase in the seek for knowledge. Though propaganda still abound, but when you talk about more, the level of increased access or increased users of social media in Nigeria alone, the data says that 10 years ago, you had about 43 million Nigerians who usually, regularly use the social media on Twitter, Facebook, actively. Humans, not robots, not beauties, right? Then the current figure shows that now you have more than 153 million people from Nigeria. That's despite the poor internet connections and all that, and then the poor internet coverage in so many remote areas. Surprisingly, more people have now plugged in. In fact, the numbers of WhatsApp users, which many people don't consider as a social media platform, especially in Nigeria, or it's just a messaging platform, it's not social media. It is. Because any means of receiving messages electronically, apart from email, in this case, where you interact, instant messaging and all of that stuff, these are social media tools used in transmitting different messages. Please forward this to 10 people. Please forward this to 20 people. All those things, they are not here 10 years ago. Now, if there's anything feared most by the rulers of Nigeria, it is the access to that freedom. The freedom to be able to, differentiate between lies and truth. Be able to position yourself enough that you can never be manipulated again by the same liars that have been doing same to even people before you. So in Nigeria, social media helped in making so many people, like the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, the message spread like wildfire. People were able to, at a point, the searches, the social media, the search engine called Google recorded that the highest searched word in Nigeria in 2021, 2020, 2020, 2021, 2022 were the keywords like Biafra, Biafra war, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is Nnamdi Kanu, where is Biafra, Biafra history, things that got people curious because of the information they now have access to on social media. In fact, for social media, many people were told lies about the Biafra genocide. Social media made them realize the truth on I want to use a word. There's a particular word. Undoctored, in raw form, everything that happened, to the point that social media also helped other people in Nigeria to even dig further. How did Nigeria come to be? As in, who signed it? Who are those people who signed to bring all of us together this way? Social media widened the knowledge of many people. At the same time, it's also manipulated a lot of people too. But despite the fact that the rulers of Nigeria invested so much on social media propaganda to further keep their citizens mostly uninformed or misinformed. Yeah, they still feel threatened because it was the same social media that young people in Nigeria have used to spread the truth against the lies that their politicians have told them for ages. In fact, young people in Nigeria became more angrier the more access they have to social media. Angrier to the point that the older generation in Nigeria, they are now feeling bullied. They are feeling sort of pressed because the young people have lost all respect for them. Why? Social media. You know why as well? Because it is a leveler. So this social media became so powerful, yeah, that even though the government of Nigeria spent so much time to gag their media from reporting things happening in Nigeria to those who are living in Nigeria, they blank them out intentionally. Omo, let me tell you something though. Let me tell you something. You can see people who are talking about Nigeria more, that majority of them are not in Nigeria. You know why? It's because your government have done so well for decades to manage your access to information. It's always been like that. From our childhood, they have doctored everything they were teaching us. Okay? Everything. So every education they gave to us was to condition us into one way of thinking, into a certain way of thinking, certain ways of doing things, just same way they want you to do them. So if you go out of your way or out of that way, then you'll be treated as a rebel. First, they will try to buy you over. If your eyes don't, if your eyes don't jar, they will try to buy you over. If they can't buy you over, then you become persona non grata. So social media, for those who have access to unlimited internet, which allow them to research. In fact, it allowed them to have access to information before you are able to even access them in Nigeria. So you know what then happened? It gets people so angry. People like myself, we are so angry that how could people be going through all of this and they cannot react? Why are people not reacting? How can't they just, that other stuff? It's because of the amount of information we have access to. It makes your blood boils. But the people this is happening around them, they are as cold as dodo. Why? Because they don't have access to all this information. By the time the information is eventually streamed, across their timeline, the reaction to it is never going to be what you who have access to it hours immediately as they happen. So it became threats to the powers that be, that if more people have access to this social media and we are unable to control it, we are unable to manipulate the information on it, we are doomed, because they have seen it. Social media helped people to organize themselves in a small group, in a big group, large group, to the point that social media facilitated the End SARS movement that shook Nigeria to our foundation. I'm talking about the same social media that coordinated the biggest, the largest, the most threatening gathering of young people across Nigeria when they decided to take their rulers to cleaners. It shook them. They were speaking grammar. They were begging here and there. Why? Where did you get all that from? The fact that a large number of people dedicated their time, right, to show you how much they have destroyed Nigeria, even though They want to make you blame yourself. You can't have a good job that is paying you well. They want you to blame yourself. You can't get a good education because you have no money. They want you to blame yourself. You can't, you can't get to live well, or probably to be treated as a normal citizen in that same country of yours, because they want you to live like that. Social media will make you question those conditions. Today, young people in Nigeria are considered disrespectful. Why? Right before our eyes, the angry young people in Nigeria decided to put their weight behind Obi. Like I said, Obi is also a billionaire. You know that. He has everything he probably wanted in life. He is a former governor who has managed your billions and the lives of millions. Abi? He's also managed the lives of not so big people, corporations. Abi? He's a businessman, he's a billionaire, he's this and that. He could live his life, enjoy the social class, or let me say, not social class, the first class of being the elite in Nigeria, where he is not even going to be treated as an Igbo man. He's going to be respected. But the day he decided that he wants to be the president of Nigeria, the first thing they told him was to remind him of who he is, where he came from. We like you as a businessman, where are we the owners of Nigeria, right? We can continue to take rent. But the day you choose to want to come here and be like us, we will remind you of who you are, which is what prompted initially the Biafrans want to leave, the profiling of the Igbos in Nigeria, the political limitation barrier and all that placed on everybody's path depends on where you come from. And to make it worse, which religion are you following or worshiping? That's how terrible it has become. So the young people told Obi, they said, you need to leave this PDP. We have been given the terrible poison or capsule or poison. The system has continued to give us two deadly poison, PDP, APC, as they will share it among themselves. Whichever of them you swallow, you are going to die. So the young people started calling on him that, we don't want to respect anybody now. If you want if you want Atifku, if you want Tifnumbu to continue the status quo, you are a threat to our life. That changed everything. So they told them they had no structure. That's what they told them. Elections are not won on social media. There is no polling unit on social media. That was the genesis. Your OB had no money. And to make it worse, they brag that we know they give shishi. I think that riled a lot of people up, because how could you say that? Election is very, very expensive. Everybody knows that. Okay? So if you want to do election, you must have a lot of money. So what do you mean by you don't give shishi? But what they have conditioned them to believe is that in Nigeria, which makes people like us never to be interested in it anyway, was that you must have a lot of it. It's stolen money, to be precise, because you can't spend your own money, hard-earned money, even if you are a billionaire. Spend that by sharing money for people to vote you or make you their governor or make you whatever, because you want to come and serve them. Then you begin to share billions of naira, billions here and there. Definitely you are not coming to serve them, are you? But it's also the time where a lot of people get a lot of money. In fact, it is the time, election, as they call it, their charade, your election in Nigeria, is actually the time, it's a season. There are so many people have positioned themselves. It's like a moment they have been waiting for. They call it gig. You know what is called gig? The gig is that me, Mayegun, that you have known all this while, we don't even know what he wants. Meanwhile, you know what I want. I'm not interested in your one Nigeria, because I know it is not in anybody's best interest with your one Nigeria. You know what I want, but you know I've not gotten what I want. because you all want your one Nigeria, so to say. Now, let's say you now know this Mayegun, this one we know even, like this, like that one, that stuff. You know me, but make I can't surprise you that I was actually positioning myself so that when election comes like this, since I have gained followers, I have gained people who have been saying, Mayegun, well done. Mayegun, keep it up. You are doing a great job, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So I didn't mean that in a bad way, because people said that to me a lot in London. And I actually appreciate them. And you're doing a great job. Well done, Mayegun. Do all of that. But you will be surprised and sad if you find out that this Mayegun was positioning himself, waiting for them to call him so that they can give him money, and he can start telling you to go and vote, go and vote for Obi, go and vote for Atifku, go and vote for Tifnumbo. Can't they give excuses so that some of you who have been waiting, God knows how long you have been waiting. A lot of people have been waiting for me to change, okay? Change from all of this, okay? And start telling you that, you know what? We need, no, come on. Rather, I will continue to be your teacher, telling you the consequences of your choices, and continue to encourage many of you to choose the right path and stop wasting your precious lives, precious time, because we don't have much time to live on earth. The most you can live is going to be maybe 100 years, Abby. Now, the most active part of your life is going to be between the ages of maybe ages of 13 and maybe just maybe 60. Abby, if you have good health that long, 60. The rest, you just have to go and rest. You cannot say you are fighting to save Nigeria at the age of 60. If you have done well when you were 13, between 13, 14, between 20 and, So you won't waste your precious life. So you get to know that your choices have consequences, okay? Your choice is not my choice if you are for one Nigeria. But again, you must also know that those choices of yours, as deceitful, as hypocritical as they have been, yeah, they have consequences. They have consequences too. They do. So imagine when you now feel like, Ashe, this Mayegun has been waiting for. No. You know I won't. You know that I will continue to be your teacher. But election is here. Majority of those who said they are human rights activists, shebi now on this platform, I told you that these guys are not activists. They are cash TVists. I remember telling you that a long time ago. I've seen people use that phrase a lot of time. A lot of time now. People now call those because normal, when election come on social media that they told you there's no polling unit, all of you who will gather, watch video, share broadcast, share post, go there and comment. Somebody will say something. Atiku is going to be a great president. Then you see 1,000 people sharing it, commenting. Yeah? So it's an influencer. No, influencer here. They call them influencers. So their job is to influence what you are thinking for their paymasters. So it's all about, first they will be criticizing government, So you'll be following them. I love this man. I like this man. You are doing a great job. We want people like you. Nalayo. That person no want better Nigeria. None of them is looking for any better Nigeria. Your politicians are not looking for better Nigeria. Their family members are not looking for better Nigeria. Their vuvuzelas, they are not looking for better Nigeria. The influencers that are going to be writing beautiful, beautiful things about those criminal politicians, they are not looking for better Nigeria. These musicians that are going to sing the praises of all these politicians, they are not looking for better Nigeria. Everybody, they look for waiting, they go shop. Nigeria is a turn-by-turn investment. That is why it is called turn-by-turn Nigeria Limited. So on social media, they call them influencers. Many of our parents, there was no social media. Many of your parents, some of them are watching me right now. Many of their political ideologies, their one Nigerianness, Do you know where it came from? It came from the influences of radio presenters, of columnists in newspapers, of TV presenters. Many of your parents, their political views, okay, about Nigeria were influenced by these paid hacks. But it's just that on social media, you call them influencers. So Peter Obi just came and said, we know they give shishi. Now they mad. What do you mean? How you go give something now? What do you mean you know they give shishi? We've done suffer 3 years. It is a pay time. All of you suddenly, you just destroy business here and there, left, right, and center. We know they give shishi. We don't, you're organizing political rally. I've been awareness. You are pulling out hundreds or thousands of people shouting Obi, 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 Terente, Obi. And you actually think the influencers who were once on your side, claiming to love Nigeria, Cash TVs and the rest of them, you really think this is not the time the hypocrisy will come out, or you are really surprised. But the funniest thing, or let me say the saddest thing, is that because everybody is just looking for what to eat, and around this time, the most popular on social media, offline, online, from record though, is Peter Obi, the man that came from a region that the owners of Nigeria, with their unwritten code, should never be made the president, or else Nigeria is going to break up. I told you, I said, everything these people will make you do, they are going to work out for the good, for somebody like myself and people who have the same thought like me. Because as it is now, the battle, as we have seen, is that the Obidients, they have won the battle on social media. They have won the battle offline, to the point that they have now pushed the articulators and the batidiots. They have now pushed them into an uncomfortable position where they are now calling people they said had no real structure to win anything. Today, they are now calling them threats to Nigeria democracy. Why? They said because these people don't get any respect for anybody. Gaslighting, it is called. For those who probably don't know how gaslighting works, it is when a set of people decided to paint you with this brush of disdain, a brush of outcasts, and at the same time spend their energy to spread the fear that your emergence could breed if you are ever given a chance to lead anywhere. So gaslighting therefore means whether you are not even violent, they can gaslight you and present you as violent people, as intolerant people, as bullies, as a lot of things. And I have watched that already playing out in your 2023 charade. But with what happened in Kenya, that seemed to have added to the enthusiasm of the obedient or the obedient. If you want to get them angry, just say obedient. Just say when you say the bat idiots for the Lagos Abobakus, or articulators or articulated, morons, articulated looters, and on like that, if you want to get them angry. However, today, the camp that felt like they have Nigeria under wrap, the camp that collaborated all together to go after the indigenous people who have managed to stand up and speak up against the tyranny, as well as the state-sponsored profiling of the people in Nigeria. Those who have stood up and those who have managed to coordinate that endless or ceaseless attacks on them today, which made them felt like they have, that's it. Now them can't they cry now. I did something earlier. I was talking about the hypocrisy of the one Nigerianist. When you see the horrible things that they are saying to one another, to themselves, and then you ask, is this how much you hate yourselves? Is this how much you are embittered about yourselves? Is this how much you are willing to even kill yourselves just to show that you are either superior or that stuff? And then you still want to keep that together. If you, as a young person, right, is living in the Nigeria of where this hate is now spreading like wildfire, I am reminding you, your parents, they witnessed the same. But like every time they are calling for election like this, it's always the time that it's always worse. You see what you are going into now? There are people that are going to begin to move because of election of one Nigeria. Abi, you will see people start moving back because they don't know what the election is going to be like. It's also happening in Kenya, by the way, where the people from one part of the country are moving back to their base because in the past, election violence, have killed many people who get trapped in the regions that are not their regions. So the same thing is cooking up right now. Okay? It's already cooking up. In Lagos State, they are insisting that they must not post any other poster, especially Obi's poster in Lagos. There must not be, if they catch you. So the Obidients said they want to hold 1 million man march for Obi in Lagos in October. And the Lagos Abobakus, they consider that as an insult on their own man, who is a Yoruba man from Yoruba, in Yoruba land. How dare you bring somebody to come and campaign? He wants to be president of Nigeria in Yoruba land when a Yoruba man is contesting. That's how bad it's going to be. Many of you are going to begin to move back to your different, your regions. They're going to get you to that point. So I was talking, I said, then what makes you want then? What makes you feel like that's actually like real to say one Nigeria? Hypocrisy, lie, that some of you are not comfortable to actually admit to, right? Take it in and swallow that truth. Let it sink in that if an opportunity presents itself for some of you, say, oh yeah, take this person, go and fire them. Some of you won't take them 2 feet away from where they gave you the gun and all that to do it. That's how much you despise yourself. And it's obvious, even in those who are ruling you, Nigeria. So why? If your parents went through that, why do you want, you are going through it as well. Would you want your children in 20 years time, in 30 years time, 40 years time, to be aiming to kill themselves to show that they are more Nigerian than the others, or some are like inferior Nigerians? This categorization, this ethnicization, and then all that stuff, that's how your system is structured. So people like us just felt like, no. So I've seen that hypocrisy a lot. What I've not seen is to see those who once felt like nothing they happen. Yorubas rose up and said, we need to defend ourselves. The first set of people that came for them, the first set of people that condemned the Yorubas were Yorubas. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, it is time to go for Biafra, all Biafrans, read your history. Read this and tell me that this is not going to touch the in a deeper nerve in you that will make you found the Biafra advocacy, worth it. He did. The first set of people that went against him were the Biafrans too. Yeah. Even to this day, those who have been hunting him, who have been looking for means to clip his wing and the rest of that, who have spent a lot, they have been the Biafrans themselves. Because like I told you, in Nigeria, as long as Nigeria exists, and people continue to put their hands in that cookie jar, whatever they can get out of it, trust me, whatever the system asks them to do, they will do it, just to keep them getting that soft life as much as possible. And then make sure, even if they have to sacrifice the comfort and the safety of their own people. So in Yoruba land, those who said Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation, they were Yorubas. But when you ask why, you will realize that it is because of their own political orientation, political conditioning, or should we say the social conditioning, that made them believe that even if they want to get Yoruba Nation, it should be after a Yoruba man is president of Nigeria. Like, we are ready to sacrifice our life, the life of our children, and then their future for the fact that we just want a Yoruba man to be this, because that is more important. Same thing. When you ask those who condemn the Biafrans, who condemn the IPOB, who go all out to gaslight them, who go all out to spy them and even kill them, who are Igbos themselves, you realize that it is because of what they are hoping to become from being part of Nigeria. Some of them believe that they have invested so much in Project Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu is going to scatter everything.